Skip it up and that up.
I can't believe though that Xbox decided, oh, let's increase the prices on our old console.
Yeah,
Such a
from 5 years ago.
such an idiotic move. Let's see what Rich has to say.
Breasts.
All right, ladies and
Breasts.
gentlemen, this is a quick video that I'm making before I start the May 1st birth celebration. Jay and I are going to be streaming for 12 hours
camera's
from
on.
this channel, celebrating
Camera's on the
Philip
whole
Paul
time, huh?
Brunel's, aka DSP Gaming's May 1st incident back in 2016. It's almost been a decade. How time flies. So make sure you tune in here. It's going to be a fun stream. Anyway,
this is an ad.
shameless
Okay.
plug aside, this is a
It was
story
a fun
that's
stream,
indicative of things to come
Yeah, it
for
was.
your favorite gaming hardware. Not that necessarily the Xbox Series consoles have been people's favorite hardware, but Microsoft today,
Yeah, it's been the
like,
Switch.
as of
'Cause it
today,
just blew
is
Xbox out of
raising the
water.
price of their consoles
Not
and
even
accessories and games. The games part, I mean, there's zero excuses for. I think them using the tariffs as an excuse to raise the price of their consoles.
Oh, this is all just, it's an excuse to get more money.
It is. Well,
Like, you could say maybe for the Switch too, because it's brand new. But really? These consoles that have already been out since, like, what, 2020?
I think so. Yeah, like 2020, I think is when they launched. Well, and typically parts get cheaper because they're just it's not like they're putting in newer parts. They're using the same parts. And after 5 years, usually the price decreases because they may have like a mid-gen refresh. And I guess they had like kind of one, but not really, because they had like the discless Xbox Series X where it was all digital. But I think like all they did was improve the storage on it, and even that I'm like unsure on. Like I don't even know what they did to that. So even if the tariffs were hitting them and they were made in China, the prices should have like plummeted because they're using 5-year-old tech. So you would think that they could just keep the prices at the same.
Yeah, and if
You would
people
think.
if people weren't going to buy an Xbox before, they're definitely not going to buy an Xbox now. Especially if Sony just
Yeah.
decides not to do anything. Sony's going to get the profits.
Yeah, well, and on his touch about the $80 games, and they're like, well, development cost is costing more. And it's like, well, then put the games in a scope that's realistic to keep the price lower. Like, all these people want to make like all these advanced technologies, or what they really want to do, and this is kind of like what the TV show Invincible has a problem with, is that they want to put assets, or they want to put their money into assets that players won't really care about. Like in Metal Gear Solid 5, why did it have to be Kiefer Sutherland to be like Venom Snake of that game? Like he probably cost way more to have him as the main character than just to have the original voice actor of David Hayter. Like they're putting, so it just, in my head, I'm thinking that they're going to try to just get A-list celebrities to like put their fucking name in the box or on the box or in advertisements. It's just dumb. Like you could just use regular voice actors, and like then they're wanting to do all these advanced mocaps and animations, and then like what, I don't understand. They're not investing into the right parts of the games. They're not wanting to invest it just in the gameplay. They're wanting to like add all these sorts of details and make it look this. And then we're having to front the cost of that because you guys don't want to put the games in a reasonable scope. They go over budget and then want us to pay, and it's total bullshit.
Yeah, but how else are they supposed to get that movie audience? The kind that freaking cries over a Star Wars trailer.
I have
Don't
no
ask
idea,
questions,
and that
just consume
doesn't
product.
make sense. And then buy new product when it's out. I guess they're trying to hit the consumer people. Like, oh, this one has, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an actor off the top of my head. Who's a famous one?
Jack
that we
Black.
could think of. There we go. Jack Black is. There's now. They made Minecraft 2 finally after like a decade or 15 years or however long it's been. And Jack Black's the main character. Also, this one's going to cost $50 because they have to pay him like, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Especially with how poorly the Xbox is selling compared to its competitors is ridiculous as well. But I'll get into all that in a second. Let me show you the price changes because they're not small. 5-year-old hardware, the price is going up. Anyway, here we go. Now, the price increases are happening globally, but here's how much more Xbox consoles and accessories are going to cost.
Okay, so like,
look at that Xbox Series X 1 terabyte price for an S.
Like, even the base 512 gigabyte for $299. If you were just getting that as the Game Pass machine, where you just sit on your couch and play, that's like the perfect price. But now that it's like $379, it's like, well, you know, as long as Sony doesn't increase their prices, it's like, well, why wouldn't I just go with the PS5? And for the
at least
for like Series X, I mean, $600 for an old console. Well, in quotes, old console. Is that really worth it?
Oh, look at that. The Xbox Digital. I guess that one didn't even get a storage upgrade. Or maybe it did. I don't know. But look at that. It's only $50 cheaper to get like. I mean, it was $50 before, but like. There comes a time when money really just stops meaning anything when you're buying something. So if you're to go out and buy like, let's say I'm going to bad example, but like $1,000 like washer and dryer set. Let's say it's like top of the line, and you got like a refrigerator with it. But for $300 more, you can get like a better refrigerator. Like at that point, if you're already dropping $1,000, what's $300 more? And that's the same instance in this case. You're already about to spend almost $600 on a digital console. You might as well just upgrade to the one with the disc. But that's a ridiculous price. That's so stupid.
They definitely went
$600.
They definitely went the opposite of Nintendo, because you look lower for the accessories, and most of them either haven't changed or they just went up $10. So they're putting all of those tariffs onto the console. But like, what games do they even have to show for it?
Exactly. And the thing is, the controller I would think would be a better option, because when not anybody, but like most people, when they play a game on PC, they get an Xbox controller because we're just so ingrained to get the Xbox controller. I would say slap that up for $10-15 more, and you'll probably recoup the cost of like the difference between the $100 to the Xbox Series X that nobody's buying anyways. Like the controller is their most popular thing, like that they sell, and it's not even close. Like I don't know people that use DualShock on PCs. Like that's a missed opportunity. They could have went the Nintendo route. That's what I'm thankful for about Nintendo going, like at least upping the accessories, because I'm not gonna get any of them but like one. So like I'm only affected like on one of the things. That price is gouging. That's unacceptable.
Cost in the States. The Series S is going to go up to $380 from its original price of $300. The Series S 1 terabyte is going up to $430 compared to $350. I can't, dude. The Xbox Series X digital is going up to $549 from $449. The Xbox Series X, the vanilla one, the one you could get at launch, is going up to $599 from $499. The Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition. Keep in mind the PS5 Pro exists for $699, okay? Is going up to $729 as opposed to its original price of $599 or $600. I know I rounded up the rest of them, but You get the point. The Xbox Series controller, the base one is going to be $64.99. The Xbox wireless controller of a various color is going to be $70. The Xbox wireless controller special edition is going to be $80. The Xbox wireless controller limited edition is going to go up to $90
Can I
as
make a
opposed to
revision of
$80.
something I said
The
earlier? Okay, actually, now that I thought about it, I'm kind of glad that the consoles are taking a hit because I wasn't going to buy one anyways, and the controller is still going to stay like at its original price. And I guess if I'm going to be buying a controller, I guess I'm glad the consoles take a hit.
Yeah, because you have
Like,
no interest in those consoles.
yeah, I just thought about that. I guess for our benefit, that is technically better because everybody's going to be wanting to get controllers, and people may be less inclined to get an $85 controller than something that they weren't going to get anyways. So I guess in a way for us, I'm assuming it's probably going to be okay or fine that way, but that price is crazy. $730. And it's not even like an upgraded one like what he said with the PlayStation 5 Pro. Like at least that's an upgrade. As sillily or as dumb as that is.
Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 is going up to $149 from $139, and the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2, the full edition that gives you all the extra accessories with it, is going up to $200 as opposed to $180. The Xbox Stereo headset is going to be $65, and the Xbox Wireless headset is going up to $120 as opposed to $110. And this is what Microsoft had to say about the price increases. We understand
Screw you, brokies. That's it doesn't matter what language they speak. That's basically what they're saying. Screw you, give us your money for our older consoles without even doing like what? A mid-gen refresh like Sony did?
Yeah.
that these changes are challenging and they were made with careful consideration given market conditions and the rising cost of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across any screen and ensuring value for Xbox players. And first-party Xbox games are going to increase to $80 a pop. Thanks, Nintendo. That one I don't really think you could blame tariffs on. It's just like, hey, if our competitors are doing it and people are complaining but are still going to buy the games, why can't we? It's that simple. That's my quote. That's all I have to say about that. Now, what I find absolutely amazing about this is
Microsoft just
the
wishes
Xbox Series consoles, their lifetime sales are hurting. The newest numbers out there is that the Xbox Series console sold 32.46 million units, while the PlayStation 5 has sold 74.15 million units. Those are the newest numbers I could find out there.
Just
what did they say?
The PlayStation.
Wait, what?
You want me to go back? I'll go back.
Lifetime sales are 32.46 million units, while the PlayStation 5 has sold 74.15 million units. Those are the newest numbers
I didn't even know they
I
sold
could
that
find out
many,
there.
but
The
got
PlayStation has
obliterated.
sold double. The PS5 has sold double. The Xbox
even with
Series
those
console.
issues in the beginning,
It's already a
with people
tough
trying to
sell
get
to
them,
tell
it
people to
didn't
go out
deter
and
them
buy an
from buying
Xbox
it.
console.
I mean,
unless
they
they're
still have
just
no games
diehard
either,
Xbox
but,
Game
you
Pass,
know.
when they could get the
At least
games
it's
everywhere
sold.
else. Literally. You could get the games on PC Game
Maybe
Pass.
they don't have to increase
First party
the price
games from
'cause they sold
Microsoft.
enough. They're like,
You could get them on there.
we'll
Like,
get them on the games.
what are you doing? Now, I understand the reason for this. It's the tariffs. I hate even bringing them up because it's like, oh, Rich, you're getting political. I'm not. Rich, they're just using it as an excuse. Okay, fine. They're using it as an excuse, but the tariffs were still an impetus to raise the prices of the consoles. There's no way around it. It's black and white. It's clear as crystal. Look, Amazon was going to post how much the tariffs were raising prices of their products until the current administration, I don't even feel like mentioning names, pressured them not to. Like it's reality. It's what's happening. And if you think it's going to stop at Xbox, you're out of your minds. Now, the thing is, could Microsoft eat this cost with how much money they have in the bank to still like, hey guys, we were even in tough times, we're remaining affordable, and they can make money back on the games? Sure, they could. They just don't want to. They have the money in the bank to do it. They can make it back in other ways.
I mean, think about how much money they make.
They want to have their cake and eat it too.
Office subscriptions.
But I just don't see anybody in their right mind going out and buying that 2 terabyte Xbox for $750, especially if Sony decides to not raise the prices of their PlayStation 5 lineup of consoles. Sorry, this is Rich from the future editing, and I wanted to add this. I almost forgot about this. Let this sink in.
Let this sink in.
The 2 terabyte Xbox Series X, the Galaxy Edition, is now $50 more than the PS5 Pro. It's just the same thing as the Xbox Series X. No other capabilities besides it's prettier with more storage. What the hell are you doing, Microsoft? I don't really see a future for Xbox, at least as a game console hardware competitor. Maybe Microsoft doesn't care. Maybe Microsoft's like, look, we're already hurting with sales figures. We sold less than half of what Sony sold for their 9th gen consoles.
FCC, I think they already leaked what the next console is, if I remember correctly. I don't remember the specifics. I just remember the device was like a cylinder, I think, or something like that. It was like some real basic design, but I guess they're wanting to do another hardware. They're wanting to sell more hardware like consoles, but it's like at this point, like you're just a publisher. Like just sell your controllers and sell Game Pass as a subscription on PlayStation if they'll allow it. Probably not. And then sell it like on Nintendo on the Switch 2 and sell it on PC. Just at this point, just put the fries in the bag, throw in the towel, whatever you want to say. That those prices aren't worth for like a Game Pass box. That's all that is. Even the Series X's, that's all it really is.
Yeah.
And all that Game Pass is sick as hell. Just Game Pass is like, I really like Game Pass. I've had it for a long time. I don't have it currently because I don't really need it or have a way to use it really. And they even said originally back when I believe PlayStation, when they actually did when they increased their prices, I don't think it was in America. It was like in New Zealand and other countries. Xbox says that they didn't have to do the upcharge like Sony did because Game Pass was selling so well. And I was kind of hoping with these tariffs, maybe that could also mitigate it. And also having 5-year-old hardware would mitigate it. I don't know. There's so much BS. And I think they're just using it as an excuse like what he said.
Make as much as we can off the little hardware sales we get. Maybe we'll just ride off into the sunset and be the
they're probably just trying to recoup some more money.
Service company.
They just got obliterated by
hardware.
Sony.
At best will be Nintendo. Secondary. We know they're making a next gen console according to them, but
you stole your ideas again.
What is the incentive to buy it when there's nothing there that's exclusive? More than ever, like they're bringing their games to the PlayStation 5, but. Yeah. Look, if you think it's going to stop here, if you think that it's only Microsoft that's going to raise the prices of their products, you got another thing coming. And it's not even just going to stop at your favorite entertainment devices. It's going to get worse from here on out. Not to get political, I'll end there, but that's just the reality of it. Hey, if you watched the whole video, what the hell are you doing? You're not subbed yet? Click that.
What is that thumbnail?
Sub to the man. Which one? The one of him like leaning? Or do you mean the May 1st? The May 1st burst. The May 1st.